Hi, folks. Welcome to another of our broadcasts. Question I want us to think about today is what is true for me also true for you and for everyone else? You may not have come across the term postmodernism, or maybe if you have, you don't really know what it means. It plays a huge role in society today. Basically, the postmodernists, and that is actually a very large proportion of our society, they believe that truth is relative. Now, let me try and simplify that. It means that many people believe there's no such thing as absolute truth, no such thing as absolute right and absolute wrong. They believe that whilst something may be true for me or for you, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's true for them. Likewise, to you and to me, something may be morally wrong. But they would argue that whilst it is wrong for you, it's not necessarily wrong for them. Everyone determines their own truth. Everyone determines their own morality. Everyone decides upon what is right and wrong for them. So, for example, you and I may say that stealing is wrong. We may say that telling lies is wrong. We may say that it's wrong to have sexual relations outside of marriage. However, the postmodernist would say that's fine. It's your right to believe those things, and it's your right to live that way. However, what you cannot do is that you cannot make your truth and your right and wrong apply to me. You cannot say that things are wrong for me just because you regard them as being wrong. We can't make our truth, our moral standards, everyone's. So to say that lying and stealing and sex outside of marriage or whatever is always wrong for everyone, that is to make an absolute standard of what most people now regard as being relative. So we might believe that the world is round, but if someone else says, well, I believe it's flat, you cannot say that they're wrong. You can't say that there's only male and female gender, for example, and that your gender is equivalent to the sex with which you were born. No, they'll say, if I feel as someone who has been born as a male, if I feel that I am actually a female inside a male body, then I have the right to believe that. And you cannot say that I am wrong. If I want to believe that I am non binary, that I'm neither male nor female, again, you cannot say that I am wrong. This is what postmodernism is. So, what do we say about this? Well, we as Christians have to affirm that regardless of what people believe, there is real, actual, absolute truth. There is real, actual standards of right and wrong, of fact and error. It is a complete nonsense to say that something is not true, that something is not fact, because someone believes it to be otherwise, even in the face of clear evidence. For example, people who believe in a flat earth. They would say we can't say they're wrong, but we can. We know that the earth is spherical. There is evidence to prove that. So regardless of what they believe, we can say, actually, you're wrong in that. God is the source of all truth. He is the source of the standards of what is right and what is wrong. And positing an alternative theory, positing alternative truths, does not nullify that which is actually true. So to deny that God exists does not eliminate the fact that he does exist. To deny God's standards of morality does not do away with God's standards of morality. They're still there. To deny a day of judgment will not do away with the day of judgment. To deny heaven and hell does not do away with these realities. There is, of course, an awful lot more that can be said about this question. Too much, indeed, to cover in a short broadcast like this. But the idea that my truth and your truth are equally valid is nonsensical on every level. There has to be right and wrong. There has to be truth and error. As Christians, we believe that God is the ultimate truth, that he is the one who decides what is right and what is wrong. Jesus said, I am the way, yes, but he also said, I am the truth. And he is the embodiment of God among us. And ultimately, truth cannot be relative. It can only be absolute. And it is absolute as per God's determination. If you do want to read on further on these subjects, which are fascinating subjects, let me recommend two books to you. One is The Lies We Are Told, The Truth We Must Hold by Sharon James. You can pick this up in good Christian bookshops. The Covenanter bookshop has it in stock. And also this book, Gender Ideology. What do Christians need to know? And this goes into the whole question of the current debate about gender and sex and people thinking that they are females trapped inside a male body and vice versa. Good reading, informative, instructive and helpful. I hope you have a good day. Every blessing.